certainly, Your Honor, and the
Tonight, defense attorneys say there is no order outside the court in the Jodi Arias murder trial. They say the man trying to put her on death row is guilty of misconduct because he's taking pictures with spectators outside the courtroom. That's their accusation. The question, have the jurors seen any of this going on? Well, all of the jurors were interviewed, and during those interviews, the defense says they learned something disturbing. Jared Dillingham has more.
Jodi Arias' defense team is upset by the prosecutor posing for pictures and signing autographs outside court.
I believe that this misconduct may very well have been seen by jurors.
So the judge agreed to question the jurors about the prosecutor's actions.
I would like you to go back to the jury room. We are going to be speaking with you individually.
In new court documents, Arias' team says those private juror conversations revealed juror number 5 had engaged in misconduct by talking about the case to other jurors, possibly influencing their opinions. Arias is now requesting the court declare a mistrial. And attorneys following the Arias saga say it could happen.
If that juror spoke to other jurors, the entire panel, as I said, could be tainted or infected, and there would be no other option but to start from scratch in order to give Miss Arias a fair trial.
The judge constantly reminds the jury.
Remember the admonition?
That admonition, strict orders not to discuss the case with anyone, not even each other. But it appears at least one juror did not follow orders. And that has Jodi Arias seeking a new trial, or at least demanding juror number 5 be removed.
The judge is going to want to just wash this away and say, we don't want to risk a mistrial, we don't want to risk an appeal simply because of this. And you'll see this juror number 5 excused from the trial.
Well, if in fact that juror is tossed out, that would still leave 5 alternates. And we aren't the only ones waiting to see just how this case will play out. People across the country are anxious to see what happens. Some so anxious they are vacationing here in the Valley to get a look up close at Jodi Arias.
Tralinda Kerr lives and works in Washington, D.C., and she's hooked on the Jodi Arias trial.
I'm addicted. I get home and I immediately turn my TV on, I turn my computer on.
Thousands of people around the country are watching this trial. Some are even showing up at the courthouse here in Phoenix, like Kimberly McDonald, who says she passed on a trip to Hawaii to see Arias in person.
I asked if we could instead take a road trip and come down here and see if we could go into the courtroom.
Marilyn Landis from Akron, Ohio, dragged her husband to the courthouse from his baseball spring training trip.
I watch it every day, starting at 5 o'clock, all night long.
Why do they watch?
I think it's just the manner of death. It's the whole toxic relationship between the two. It's the whole Mormon faith.
And there's the graphic testimony.
He's somebody that you cannot stay away from sexually, right?
Yes.
Nude photos, even phone sex.
No one would ever believe that they would record all these tapes sexually in the pictures.
It is graphic, and quite frankly, I tweeted about that. I said I needed to take a shower after I heard some of it.
It's sex. It's the attractiveness of a defendant. It's the salaciousness of the testimony. This case has it all. This is a real good one. Casey Anthony did not have this.
The verdict in this case is expected at some point later this month, and when it does come, thousands, make that hundreds of thousands of people like Tralinda Kerr will be watching to find out what happens.
Court is back in session tomorrow morning. You can watch it live on our website, azfamily.com, and on the 3TV News app.